Green card holders, listen closely, because starting December 26th, a brand new travel rule will quietly flip the script on how you leave and re-enter the United States. And here's the part nobody is telling you. If you miss just one small requirement, you could face airport delays, secondary inspection, or even be denied boarding before your trip begins. This isn't fear-mongering, it's a real DHS-issued update that will affect millions of travelers. If you plan to fly, sail, or cross the border anytime after December 26th, you need to hear this. Let's break it down. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type "interested" in the comments, and I will give you a heart. Imagine this, you're standing in line at the airport, luggage in one hand, boarding pass in the other, already mentally checked into vacation mode, when suddenly an agent pulls you aside and says, "Ma'am/sir, we need to verify something before you can board." Your heart drops, your mind races, and all you can think is, what did I miss? That exact nightmare scenario is exactly why this new December 26 travel rule matters more than anyone realizes. Green card holders have always had to deal with travel rules. Yes, but this one is different. It's subtle enough that thousands will overlook it, yet strict enough that even one small mistake can make your entire trip crumble before it begins. And the wildest part, no one is loudly talking about it. It's one of those updates that quietly slipped into the immigration rulebook, tucked between holiday distractions, year-end plans, and the chaos of travel season. But when the clock hits December 26, every green card holder, new, seasoned, frequent traveler, occasional traveler, will feel this shift at the airport. So let's break this down, not with fear, but with the clarity and confidence you need to move smoothly. Because this rule isn't about making life harder. It's about one thing: verification. Real, updated, identity-based verification. And this is where most people get caught off guard. Green card holders often think, I have my card, I'm good. But the truth is, in 2025, your physical card is just the first layer. The second layer, the one most people never check, is what's in the DHS and CBP systems. That's where this new rule kicks in. Starting December 26th, CBP officers will verify your documents, not just physically, but digitally, cross-checking your green card details with your travel history, your residency pattern, the expiration date, and even your I-90 or N-400 filings if you recently filed anything. Meaning this, if the system shows something you didn't know was there, an expired card, a card under renewal, a mismatched date, an unreported long trip, or missing travel information, you're not cruising through that airport. You're stepping into extra screening, secondary inspection, or flight denial. And let me be blunt, secondary inspection is not where you want to spend your holiday morning. This is exactly why I tell you December 26 is not a soft deadline. It is a real hard shift in the airport experience for green card holders. Now let's talk about why this is happening. DHS and USCIS have been tightening systems all year. They upgraded digital verification. They updated identity tracking protocols. They improved residency monitoring tools, and airlines, yes, the airlines themselves, have been ordered to update their automated travel document check systems, meaning the screening you see at the airport is only half the story. A lot of clearance now happens before you even reach the counter. If your green card info doesn't sync with the airline system, they can deny boarding before you even reach CBP. That's why I keep telling people, check your card, check your records, check your travel history. This rule isn't targeting you, it's targeting mismatched data. But mismatched data doesn't care if you're innocent. Next, let's talk about the group most affected, because this rule hits certain green card holders harder than others. Number one, green card holders close to expiration. If your card expires in 2026 or early 2027, you're in the danger zone, because airlines are now required to check validity windows before boarding. Number two, those with a pending I-90 renewal. If you renewed your card recently and got the extension letter, but your airline hasn't updated their system to recognize the new 24-month extension rule, they will kick you into manual review. Number three, anyone who spent long periods abroad this year, the system now flags unexplained long absences, even if they're legal. Anything that looks like possible abandonment of residency gets extra questioning. Number four, people who moved recently and forgot to update their address. AR11 updates aren't optional. They're tracked, and starting December 26, mismatched addresses can cause delays. Number five, green card holders who haven't traveled in a long time. When you reappear after years, the system does a deeper re-verification to ensure your residency is still intact. And finally, number 6, travelers with minor errors on their green card. Misspelled names, old names, wrong birth dates, outdated category codes. Before, officers overlooked some of these. After December 26, they won't. Now let's get personal for a moment. You worked hard for that green card. Years of waiting, stress, interviews, sleepless nights, and the idea that a simple travel mistake could put your status at risk, it doesn't feel fair. That's why I'm telling you the truth up front, not to scare you, but to arm you. Because once you know the rules, you control the outcome. And right now, here's the most important thing you must understand. This rule isn't about punishment. It's about preparedness. If your documents are clean, if your card is valid, if your information is updated, if your travel history is consistent, then you will breeze through the airport like nothing ever changed. But if something is off, even slightly off, December 26 will expose it instantly. And that's why part 2 will walk you through exactly what to fix, what to update, what to check, and what to carry so you're never caught off guard. Just remember this. The people who prepare now will travel stress-free. The people who ignore this update will learn the hard way. Now that you understand why this new December 26 rule is such a big deal, let's get into the part that actually determines whether your travel will be smooth or a complete disaster. Because here's the truth, most people never hear until it's too late. Airports don't care how excited you are for your vacation, your family reunion, or your holiday plans. They care about one thing, whether your documents match the information in the system. And this new verification rule is built to catch anything that doesn't align. So let's go step by step through what you must do before December 26th if you're a green card holder who plans to travel. Think of this as your pre-flight survival checklist, the one thing standing between you and hours stuck in secondary inspection. First, start with the simplest but most overlooked part. Check your green card expiration date. I know you've heard this before, but listen, under the new rule, even cards that are close to expiring trigger more detailed verification. If your card expires within 6-12 months, you are automatically placed into a higher scrutiny category. Not punished, just checked more deeply. And deeper checks mean longer delays. If your card is expiring in 2026 or early 2027, file your I-90 now. Don't wait. Remember, I-90 filings generate a 24-month extension letter, but here's the twist. Airline systems don't always recognize the extension immediately. Many travelers get stuck because the airline's automated document checking software like TravelDoc or Timematic still hasn't updated your case. The officer looks at your card, sees it's expired, glances at the system, sees no renewal record, and boom, you're sent to manual clearance. In busy holiday season, manual clearance is a nightmare. So if you already have an extension letter, print multiple physical copies and save a digital scan on your phone. Keep them in your carry-on. Next, let's talk about your travel history, because this is where the new verification system is catching people by surprise. Under this rule, CBP doesn't just verify your identity, they cross-check patterns, meaning how long you stayed abroad, how often you've been leaving the US, and whether you've triggered any residency issues without realizing it. If you stayed outside the US for more than 6 months recently, the system automatically flags your profile. It doesn't mean you're in trouble. It simply means they want proof you didn't abandon your permanent residency. So make sure you can quickly explain why you were gone, how long you stayed, what ties you maintained in the US, and don't guess or estimate. CBP screens travel data down to exact timestamps. Have receipts, pay stubs, leases, or proof of ongoing ties just in case. The next item you must check before December 26th is your address history. This one sounds harmless, but it's causing more trouble than people realize. If you moved in the last year and didn't update your address with USCIS using Form AR11, the new system will show a mismatch. A mismatch triggers enhanced verification. Enhanced verification triggers delays. Delays trigger stress. So check your address. If you moved and forgot to update it, file AR11 immediately. It takes 5 minutes and saves you hours at the airport. Now let's address the document that green card holders usually ignore, the passport. Even though your green card is your main re-entry document, your passport is still part of identity verification. Under the new rule, CBP will cross-check your name spelling, your date of birth, your nationality, your passport number. If your passport has different spelling, missing middle names, old last names, or inconsistency with your green card, this is the year it's going to matter more. You won't always be denied boarding for a small mismatch, but you will be slowed down. And during peak travel season, slowed down can mean missing your flight. If you changed your name, but your green card still shows your old one, carry the legal name change document. If your passport has special characters or accents that are different from how USCIS printed your name, carry a copy of the passport bio page. Next is something most people don't consider: pending immigration filings. If you filed an I-90 renewal, an I-131 reentry permit, an I-751 removal of conditions, an N-400 naturalization application, your name will appear differently in the system depending on what stage your application is in. Under the December 26 rule, if CBP sees a pending immigration benefit, they may verify your case status. That can add time. Not denial, just time. So if you filed anything recently, print your USCIS receipt notice, take it with you, and store a digital version in your phone. Now here's the part most people absolutely miss. Airlines are updating their check-in systems too, and some systems aren't fully aligned yet. You may get extra questions at check-in, a document check required pop-up, requests for your green card number, request to present your physical card even if you checked in online. Don't panic, it's normal. The important thing is to stay calm and expect these changes. They are not signals of a problem, just verification. Another major part of this rule involves the length of time you spend abroad. If you are outside the US for more than 180 days this year, officers will automatically check for employment abroad, residence abroad, indications of abandoned status, conflicting information in USCIS databases, unreported changes in marital status. The more documentation you have ready, the faster your airport experience will be. One more thing, if you have a foreign passport renewal or dual citizenship, the system may show older passport numbers unless you've traveled recently. Always carry your old passport if you renewed it this year. Finally, remember this: the December 26 rule is built to eliminate inconsistencies, not to punish green card holders. But inconsistencies are everywhere. Old addresses, old passports, renewal receipts, missing AR-11 updates, expired cards, name changes, long trips abroad, pending cases, system mismatches. When those inconsistencies hit the airport on December 26, they turn into delays. But when you handle them today, they disappear before you ever reach the airport. And that's the goal: to travel confidently, smoothly, without surprises, without last-minute stress, and without getting pulled aside at the worst possible moment. Part 3 will show you exactly what to pack, what to print, what digital files to save, and the final checklist you must complete before December 26th, the part that guarantees your travel will be smooth and effortless. Now that you understand the new December 26 verification rule and you know exactly why it matters, this final part is the most important segment of the entire video, because this is where everything becomes practical, clear, and actionable. Think of this part as your travel protection shield. If you follow what I'm about to lay out step by step, you will walk into any airport, domestic or international, with zero stress, zero confusion, and zero fear of being delayed, questioned, or turned away. What I'm giving you now is not theory. This is the exact preparation process that immigration attorneys recommend, and the same checklist that officers quietly wish travelers used. So let's start building your December 26 travel armor from the ground up, because smooth travel isn't luck. It is preparation. First, you must create a travel document pack. And here's the key: this is not something you throw together on the morning of your flight. Build it now, keep it ready, review it a week before you travel. Your travel document pack should contain 5 essential items. Item 1, your physical green card. Check it, clean it, verify the expiration date, and make sure the card itself is not physically damaged. If your card is cracked, bent, peeling, or unreadable, even if it's technically still valid, it can trigger verification issues. If it's damaged, file for a replacement immediately using Form I-90. Item 2, your passport. Even though your green card is your re-entry document, your passport is part of every international identity check. Make sure your passport is valid for the entire duration of your travel. Many airlines refuse boarding if your passport expires within 6 months. Check your expiration date today. Item 3, your USCIS notices. This includes any I-90 extension letters, I-751 receipt notices, N-400 receipts, or anything showing that you have a pending case. Why? Because airline systems are not always synced with USCIS updates. If the airline system doesn't recognize your extension, but you have the physical paper, the officer can override the system and clear you. Having the physical copy gives you power. Item 4, your travel history summary. You can print this from the CBP I-94 website. It shows your past entries and exits. If you've traveled abroad recently for longer than usual, this sheet instantly answers questions and saves you from extra inspection. Item 5, proof of U.S. ties. This can be pay stubs, rental agreements, mortgage statements, school documents, or anything showing you still genuinely live in the U.S. You might not need it, but if you do, it can save you hours. Now let's talk about the digital backup pack, and this part is just as important. Even if you carry everything physically, always have digital copies on your phone, in your email, and in a cloud folder. Why? Because lost documents are one of the top reasons travelers get delayed. Your digital backup should include a high-resolution photo of your green card, front and back, your passport bio page, your USCIS notices, your travel history, your boarding pass, and your emergency contact info. Organize these as separate labeled images and PDF files. Officers appreciate clarity, and clarity makes the process faster. Next, let's cover what you should check 1 week before you travel, which is where most travelers get caught off guard. First, check your green card expiration date again. If it expires within the next 6 months, bring the proper extension documents. Second, check your passport validity again. If your passport is expiring soon, renew it before your trip. Third, review your travel itinerary. Make sure your return date doesn't raise red flags. For example, if you're planning to stay outside the US for more than 6 months, CBP will definitely ask questions. And if you're traveling close to the 6-month mark, consider shortening your trip or carrying additional proof of ties. Fourth, review your airline's website and any updated travel requirements. Airlines sometimes implement new internal rules days before CBP enforcement begins. If you see wording like enhanced documentation check, don't panic, just be prepared. Sixth, make sure the address USCIS has on file is your current address. If not, submit your Air 11 address update online. It takes 5 minutes. It prevents unnecessary system mismatches. Now let's talk about what you should do 24 hours before your flight. This is the final pre-travel sweep. 1. Gather your physical documents. 2. Download your digital backup folder to your phone so it works even without Wi-Fi. 3. Print your boarding pass. 4. Print your I-94 travel history. 5. Prepare a small airport quick folder. This is the folder you will hand to an officer if needed. It should include your green card, passport, and any pending case notices. A simple, organized folder can shorten a 30-minute inspection into 3 minutes. Now here's where travelers make major mistakes. The airport check-in counter. Under the new December 26 rules, you may face additional document questions. If the airline agent asks anything, answer directly, confidently, and calmly. Show your green card immediately. If there is any question about expiration dates or pending cases, hand over your travel document pack. Do not dig around, do not scramble, do not look unsure. Confidence tells them you are prepared and legitimate. Scrambling signals confusion, and confusion triggers longer checks. Then, once you reach the CBP officer at your point of entry, the process is simple. They may ask, how long were you outside the US? What was the purpose of your trip? Are you still employed? Do you still live at this address? Answer honestly and briefly. Officers don't want long stories, they want clarity. And if they ask for documentation, hand over your quick folder, not your entire backpack. The quick folder is your pass to a fast, smooth entry. Now, let's talk about one more scenario, long-term travelers. If you stayed outside the US for 4 months, 5 months, or close to 6 months, be ready to show proof that your residency is still intact. If you stayed outside the US for more than 6 months, you may need stronger proof. And if you stayed outside for more than a year without a re-entry permit, you risk being considered to have abandoned your status. That's why preparation matters. Now let's finish this with your final pre-December 26 checklist, the one list you must complete. Check your green card expiration date, review your passport validity, update your USCIS address with AR-11, gather USIS extensions or receipts, print your CBP I-94 travel history, prepare proof of US ties, create your digital backup folder, build your physical travel document pack, prepare your airport quick folder, tell family members traveling with you about the rule, arrive early at the airport. Do these things, and the December 26 update becomes nothing more than a simple checkpoint you're already prepared for. You won't be surprised, you won't be stressed, and you won't be delayed. You will walk confidently through every step of the process because you prepared when others didn't. And that preparation, not luck, is what keeps your travels smooth, safe, and stress-free.